construction management. And through Engineer Pankaj Gupta will take us through it. He has been involved in project monitoring, control, design drawing, planning, and scheduling across several projects pan India. And currently, he holds a position in project planning for redevelopment of Pragati Maidan into International Exhibition cum Convention Center, which is being executed by Shapurji Palanji. And not only that, he is leading the project, but he has worked in several other projects in the past also. We're glad to have him today with us. He's our esteemed speaker, and I would request him to start his presentation. Sir, please.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank all the people who have been contributing to arrange this session. I think it's a very good initiative taken. And I would like to especially thank Dr. Vikas Garg for providing me this opportunity to share my insights on the construction sector and the use of advanced Excel. Before we begin with this session, let me share with a simple output that how advanced Excel is so much important when we manage a project or when we do a project. So let me share my screen with you. So I hope my screen is visible to you. Now, see, when there is a project, what is a project? A project, every project is very unique. There is no two similar projects. That's mean you cannot copy paste things. Second thing, when a client needs something, like India needed a bullet train, India needed a network of highways, India needed the high-rise towers so that it can accommodate the civil people of to have a good habitat in the urban areas. It required a smart city. All these projects are there because of the need. And when there is a need, a project is developed. And during a conceptualization stage, there are various ways by which the project scope is defined. But once in the post-contract phase, the project comes, then the game changes. It involves a lot of money. It involves a lot of reputation of a contractor client as a country. It involves a lot of procurement material. It involves a lot of stakeholders. It involves government bodies. It involves small players, manufacturers. It involves laborers. It involves the transportation system, logistics system. So construction project among are those projects which requires a huge scope, huge resources, which daily generate a huge amount of data, and it's not that easy to manage this data and get and extract the important information. For example, you can see the simple project dashboard. Now this is a single page dashboard which can help a contractor, a client, or a consultant to manage $1 million project. So managing a project involves four important things. The first thing is to manage its scope, that what all you have to do. Second thing is to manage a time, that when you have to do, what you have to do. The third thing is managing the resources, the laborers, the engineers, the materials, the machines. And the fourth thing is the quality. So balancing these four things is the one skill which every project manager must have, and is a one skill that every engineer working in the construction sector must have to ensure the success of the project. So why do we emphasize so much on Excel? Let us just directly understand through the industry application of advanced Excel to manage the project. Now here you can see this is a project dashboard where you can see a timeline is being given. You have a various activities which you can break the scope, you can develop a work breakdown structure, and you can define the timelines. Also, during a project, there is one more very important thing is the labor, the human resource which will do the execution of the work. Now, there are thousands and thousands of laborers are involved. How do you ensure, how you plan their mobilization? How do you ensure their productivity? Again, advanced Excel plays a very important role in the implementation of project management techniques. Then comes the procurement. When it comes to the procurement, then a huge amount of cost is involved. You need to ensure that the minimum buffer stock is maintained so that each of the activity progress does not get hampered. So you have to ensure and monitor each of the activity, consumption of each of the material very closely. How do you do it? You do not do it by manually writing everything on the register. You use the new generation register, which is Excel, or maybe another Microsoft spreadsheet. Then how do you ensure that your project is on the proper track? How do you ensure that the project will meet the goal which was set in the earlier stages by the contractor, by the client, by the other stakeholders? Simply by monitoring it with a baseline schedule. To monitor it, you again require an everyday status of the project. How do you get it? You get it again through the Excel. Then when the project gets out of its route, it starts delaying, it starts spending more money than what is planned. How do you control it? You again control it by comparing lot of information, you identifying the critical resources, doing the critical work. Then again, in this monitoring part of any of the construction project, advanced Excel play a very crucial role. Then how do you satisfy your client? How do you ensure that each of the stakeholder does not lose the confidence in the project team? Again, by reporting. Reporting plays a very important role. Every person cannot go on the project construction site and see each of the work visually. Rather, they require a report on every project and delivering important information. And how do the executive body control the project? They require a very specific KPI, key performance indexes, on a daily basis to understand that where the project is going and what action is to be taken, how to identify the risk. So this is a simple project dashboard, which you can see right now on your screen, which is completely developed by using a basic functions of advanced Excel. And this is our objective, that when we use the Excel, we do not use it as a data entry person. We use it as an engineer, and we can provide this same information to all the people who can get benefited. A single command or advanced Excel can save a time and can make you more productive. And since this is one of the most versatile software which is compatible with MSP, which is compatible with Primavera, it is definitely expected that in next 2 decades also, this software will not lose its application and will be used in the same level of scale which is used right now. So this is the objective of this session, to understand that how to develop such type of project dashboard where each of the key parameters of the project can be monitored and can be maintained. So this can be done through the advanced Excel. So now I'll be sharing one by one few concepts of advanced Excel on your screen. And then we will, along with the understanding the concept, we will also implement it. So I hope you all have access to your WhatsApp. Okay, so this is the first tool that I would like to share with you, which we must understand. And this is what we call a dollar command. So here I have shared one simple Excel sheet with all of you. So you have to log into your WhatsApp and you have to go to the group which I have created a few time back, and you have to download this file. And you have to save this file on any location of your system. Now, when you open this file, it will request for the password. So this is the first thing. Do you know we can save our data in the Excel by enabling the password protected file? So this you can learn during this session. The password is day1 in capital letters, DAY1 in capital letters. And once you do this, a screen will open on your system. So can I request anyone who have able to open the screen on your system or open the Excel file to let me know so that we can follow the same steps?
Yes, sir, we
I-
can,
I-
we can.
Yeah, I can give you some more time so that all of us can open this file on the system. All those who are able to open the file on the system, I request you to type on the group that the file is opened. Yeah, just give a thumbs up or anything so that we can understand that few of the participants are able to follow up. Now, let's come to a very basic and important function in advanced Excel, that is the dollar command. So as we move on and understanding each of these function, I will also give you few insights of the industry that how these functions can be a very useful. So when it comes to a dollar command, it is something like automating a system. For example, you all know the Tesla has been developing a car which is can be run by in a autopilot mode. How they doing it? By using the advanced coding. So similarly, Excel is a coding which is developed by the various people and being maintained by various people. So they have provided us with few basic functions where we can develop our own codes, and it's very simple. The way you use your mobile, the way you use your mobile calculator, in the same way, Excel is so simple that any person, irrespective of the background he is working, irrespective of his experience, he can definitely use this tool at the expert level. So when it comes to the billing, so there are various functions in the construction sector. One is the billing, who maintains the cash flow and the all the money related things in the project. They uses this function in a very aggressive way. Then there is the planning. Planning team also uses this function in a very aggressive way. Even the contract person, to find the impact of the delay of the project, they can use this function. Even the admin department who maintains the labor register, what are the wages paid to the labor, what is the labor attendance, other thing, they can also use this command. Even the site engineers who do the daily progress monitoring at the site can use this dollar command. So it's of very great use, and it's a very basic command which most of people are not very aware of that how to use it properly. So for example, here is one sheet in which you have to find a turnover of a company. Okay, you have the production rate, you have the sales per month, you have some tax rate, you have some profits per month. So all those things are there. Now, what happens at many a times we need to do a same steps again and again, again and again. And this is where the productivity come into place. In construction sector, productivity is plays a very major role. So anything which you repetitively do, you must observe it and you must find the way to do it with minimum consumption of the energy, the shortest way to achieve the same goal in same quality. So whether it's doing a plastering, block work, concreting, or any other activity at the construction site, you must observe that what is the minimum or the critical part to achieve that particular objective of that activity. In a similar way, when you're working on the project management concepts, when you're working on the project management team, you must identify what is the shortest or the easiest way to do something on the Excel. So here we will understand that how we can find a huge amount of data within a second in the Excel. So suppose you want to get a profit for January also, February also, March also, for material 1 also, material 2 also, and there are huge amount of material. So one thing is very clear, if I'll ask you to do for each month manually, it will take your entire week. But if you know the concept of advanced Excel, this week jobs can be done within few seconds. Now let us understand how. Now let me first implement this dollar function. My screen is visible to participants.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so now you might find it little complex, but in next few minutes, I will break this concept down and it will become the part of your Excel life.
Sir, can you zoom it a little bit?
Yeah, let me provide you with the more better view. I think now it's more visible. Okay, so now simple calculation we have to do, but we have to do it 1,000 times. So what Excel help us, instead of doing it 1,000 times, we have to do it a single time, and rest we can use this dollar sign so that it can be automated by the Excel. Now suppose I want to find a profit for 3 months for hundreds of material that is sold by any of the shop. Okay, so this is a very simple mathematical problem that any inventory house have it. So we need the rate of the material at which we have procured it, right? And the second thing is the rate into the so this is the rate I have entered. So right now I'm doing just applying a simple mathematical formula. So I have to find the profit generated by material 1 in January. Okay. Session, university का session is going on. So here we got a result 326. So what I have done just what units are manufactured in and what are the rate of that units and what are the profit, what the tax, basic maths we have used, and we have derived this profit generate or turnover generated in the month of January. Now you have seen that it took me around 2 minutes to calculate some mathematical formula, right? Now I have to do the same thing for February, for March, and also for the hundreds of material. Now, but dollar sign can help you to do it in the fraction of seconds. Now, when you want to copy another formula, then you want, right now you can see there is some activated cells on the screen with red, blue or violet color. Okay, so when you drag a particular Excel cell or formula, you want to ensure that the logically same formula is applicable to all of the cells. So now let us understand, like when I drag this file in the horizontal direction, you can see, so I am getting some result. And similarly, I can drag it in the downward direction. Again, you can see I'm getting some results. Okay, but I want the same logic to be used in all the cells. So when I drag, I want some of my formula. Now, for example, you can see I want my text to be fixed. It should not move. So the address of my text cell need to be fixed. So when we want to fix something, we need to put a dollar sign in the alphabet also and in the numerical also, right? Now, when you see a rate, I want it to move downward, but not horizontally. So when I drag this file, I want this blue rate address to move downward. So what I will do, I will put a dollar sign in front of E or in front of alphabet. So when I put a dollar sign in front of alphabet, that means its address is now fixed. Okay. And when it's come to month, I want it to move horizontally also and downward also. Now you can see I'm again getting a result 326. Now I'm getting some better results. Now let me drag it down till the last material. It might be looking little complex to you right now. But once you're able to understand that where to put a dollar sign, where not to put a dollar sign, you will be getting the desired results. So here you can see I'm getting the answers to each of the queries that we have. Now I will, on your WhatsApp, I will share some more information. The password is day one. Some of the candidates are asking me what is the password. I'll give you a password. It's day one. So this is the password I have shared with you. Now you can, along with me, you can implement this particular function on your computer system and you can drive the desired result, or maybe on later stage, I will provide you with the required guidelines to implement the dollar function. But through this particular 5-minute session of dollar session, I would like to introduce you to this particular function, which is very much into use when we want to automate the data in the advanced Excel. Now coming to the initial screen that I have shared with you, which is created by using this dollar function. Now here what we require, every day we require a lot of progress information. So at any construction site, we have this daily project report. So every day what happens, what labor you have used, what material has been consumed, what is the progress made at site, all those things is captured in a daily project report. So what happens every day, you get a lot of information or data in the form of Excel. So once you get this information, you can use this dollar sign at various ways, where instead of putting each information in a particular cell, you can directly automate, and within a fraction of a second, you can get the desired result on your screen. Now, those who are not able to understand the dollar function, I'll share one video with you. So that will further help you to break down the concept. Now, I would request anyone who want to understand anything about dollar sign to ask me a question straight away. By the time other can try to implement it on their system. Now I have shared one video on your WhatsApp. You can go through those videos where you will understand that how the dollar sign implementation can be done to develop such type of project dashboard. Now, let me make it more simpler to you. Now, suppose there is a rate of something. Okay, let me say there is a product A, there is a product, I say there is a cement, and I say there is a steel, right? And then this is January month, February month, and March month consumption. Okay, so the cement rate, let us consider as 320 per bag. And for steel, let us consider the rate of 60 per kg. So the consumption of cement, let in January, let us take a very simple example. Let it be 90, let it be 80, let it be 70. Now I want to find the total. And for steel, it may be, let it be 25, let it be 30, 35. Okay, now one way to find the total expense that is made on the cement is by multiplying the consumption with the rate for each of the month. So this is the rate into January month consumption, rate into February month consumption, then again the rate into March month consumption. So this gives you the desired result. Now let's see how dollar sign can make this difficult task a very simpler task. What you have to do, you want your rate to be fixed, right? So this cell should have a dollar sign in front of alphabet also, numerical also, right? And this should be multiplied by monthly consumption. So which is 25 for January. So for January, it's 1500. Now you can put a dollar sign where you want a particular cell to be fixed. Now when I move it, you will see that this is for February, this is for March. And I can directly get the sum of each of this by using a formula, and I can get the result. So this is the desired result. So what is the difference in this? I have to manually type each of the thing. And here I am directly using a dollar sign and I can generate it. Now suppose there are more number of months. There is April also, and maybe there is 10 years data. So here I can just drag it and I keep it moving and I will be getting the desired result by using a dollar sign. So this is how I automated this. So now let us interact something on the project planning and project management. And I would request participants, few of the participants, to ask any of their queries. And if it's related to the dollar sign or advanced Excel, then it will be more better so that we can be in the same page. Anyone want to understand further more about Excel or the dollar sign?
Sir, I have a small question.
Yes.
At the very beginning, when you're beginning the formula, write the formula, you use a plus sign rather than use a equals to.
Yeah,
What
in
is that?
Excel, plus and equal sign both refer to the same function.
Okay, so that thing, and another thing is that the thing we were doing using the dollar sign, the dollar function, we could also execute it using brackets in this particular example. I don't know for larger.
For example, I'll give you a simple this thing. This is a very good query that you have asked. Suppose you're working in some manufacturing company which manufactures cements, okay, and you have to generate a lot of profit or turnover for the monthly basis. Now, once this session will be ended, you go through this particular Excel sheet which I've shared with you, and you try to find the answer of this without using a dollar sign. You will find that it is nearly impossible to find the same result without using a dollar sign. Whereas using a dollar sign, I will provide you a solution also to this particular exercise. It become a fraction of second solution to the particular problem. So dollar sign function helps you where you want a particular mathematical formula to be used, but then you want to copy paste that thing for a lot of other uh, few varying units in the particular formula. So that's where the dollar function is put into use.
Okay, sir.
Should I give you some more practical examples so that you can understand that why this dollar function is so much important in Excel?
So that would be good, I guess.
Yeah, so most of the faculties are here with us. So you must be evaluating your students on a monthly or the quarterly or the yearly basis. So at that point of time, in a particular sheet, you must be having your students' name, then you have their subjects, and you have their numbers. Right now, when you use a dollar sign, suppose you want to find a percentage of each of the student in each of the subjects, this dollar sign can be of a great use. So whenever particular formula you are using and you have to use it again and again for each of the student, this will help you to use it for a single student and then copy paste it. So this is how the dollar sign can be very useful to you. Also, when it comes to the project management, then a project team, especially the billing and planning team, the billing team has to handle a lot of data about the contractor, that what is the bill produced by the contractors. Suppose 10 contractors are working on the block work, right? And each one is having a different rates. So you have to find out what is the average rate that is you are getting. So a lot of data processing is there. And in each of those mathematical problems, you can use these dollar signs. So in this particular cell, you will use the dollar sign and you can drag it horizontally and vertically to get all the results. So this is the first basic function of Excel where you can easily understand the importance in the construction sector and to relate it to various outcomes that is required on a day-to-day basis. Now, should we move to the second concept? The end result will be that you will be able to make students and other people working in this profession to develop such type of project dashboard using the advanced Excel. So the second important function that we will be moving forward to will be the use of if function. So let me share some basic content about the if function on your WhatsApp. Now let us understand how basic function. So this is the session 1 which we have already covered. Now let's move to the session 2. Now the session 2 or the second concept that we will be covering is the if function. So if function in Excel bring endless opportunities to analyze data. This will be the key function which will be used to generate automated reports. So again, to understand this function, I will be providing you one more working sheet where you can use it after the session gets over. So this is the sheet which I have provided you. Its password is day 2. At the same time, you can follow the same thing. You can also open it in your system. Okay, so you can go to your WhatsApp and you can download the file. You can save the file at the desired location and you can open the file. And the password will be DAY in capital letters and 2. So I request the participants who want to understand and master this concept right now, they simultaneously open this in their system. Okay, now I'll give you a very simple problem here. Now here you can see there is a contractors, right? for a particular project, more than 100 contractors have participated in the bid. Okay, and we have their technical score. Okay, now the owner of the company or the contractor or the board members have decided that if the score is between 0 to 8, the bid should be rejected. But if the score of the contractor is 9 and 10, the bid should be accepted. Okay, so you have to do this brain work where you have to find that what are the contractors who have been rejected and what are the contractors who are approved. Now, suppose this is of $100 million project. So this particular analysis by you will be very important for the faith of the project. It will decide the selection of the right contractor. Now, you do not have to put your whole day to find out that which contractor should be approved, which contractor should be disapproved. There could be more number of conditions. This is a very simple condition that if its score is more than 8, it should be accepted. If it's less than 8, it should be rejected. So how to get this thing? Okay. Now here we can use the if command. So even in if command we have, now here I will show you. Now in if command, what you have to do, you have to use the if command. Now what is the logical test? So the logical test is you have to check this score. Okay, and this score should be less than or equal to 8 so that you can say it's rejected. Okay, so and if it's more than 8, it should be accepted. Yeah, not rejected. So you can see that we are getting the result not rejected. So let us understand this particular function. What we have done. So there is a logical test. So the logical test is this particular score should be less than 9 so that the bid will be rejected. So if it's less than 9, what should be the true value? Rejected. And if it's false, then it should be not rejected. So here we are getting the result, right? Or we can say here accepted. Now here we can use a dollar sign. So we do not require to use this function again and again. So we want our alphabet to not to move. So when I move this horizontally, this particular cell should not move. Now you can see when I'm moving this cell, my particular cell is not moving, whereas I want this to move downward. So to move it downward, I must not put a dollar sign in front of the number. It should be in front of the alphabet. Now this is the role of the dollar sign also that we are understanding in this particular thing. Now you can see how easily I can generate the data or the information from the desired data. Now I just have to drag it downwards. And I can easily get that which contractors are accepted when which are rejected. So this is the second command that we have understood, that is if command. This if command is of great use when there are a lot of logics to the any of the construction site problem. Now suppose you are working on a construction site where you're losing crores and crores of rupees on a daily basis because of the low productivity of the labor. So what you can do, you can identify all the labors which is having a less productivity and you can instruct to remove or replace those particular labors. So you can save a huge amount of money on this. Similarly, for all the material which has been used, there is a limitation to the wastage of that material. A cement must not be waste more than 3%. A block should not be waste more than 10%. So suppose any wastage criteria that you have prepared on your site, then you can use this function to directly auto generate the result that which particular material is getting a more wastage on the project and where you are losing the money. So that's how you are using a simple concept of Excel to manage the project. So any one of you able to understand that if command? It will be a great help to you when you will be doing a lot of logical things. For example, maybe you are identifying a data where a lot of information is with you and you have to find a particular selected bidders. You have to select a particular contractors. You have to select in which area you are making profit, which area you are making losses. So you can manage a project. Again, in the beginning, we said that the project requires four things: the scope, the quality, the cost, and the time. And to play with all these four factors, you will be requiring a huge amount of data. But getting a data is not sufficient. You need to analyze it. And to analyze it, advanced Excel and such command can help you. So you can see in just few fraction of second, we were able to analyze 100 contractors and we were able to analyze that which all are accepted and which all are rejected. And by the use of this very simple command, which is if along with the $sign. And similarly, this particular project dashboard has used if command a lot of times so that we are generating this visual self-explanatory project report. So now I'll be sharing a particular video which will be explaining more details of the if command to you on your screen. And those who want to Excel, the advanced Excel can go through this video to understand this particular command. It can help you to generate the great results and to make your Excel expertise to a next level. So anyone having a query regarding the if command, I request you to bring it on the table. Any of the participants want to ask anything related to the project management, project control, planning, and how do we use or control the data on site? How do a contractor controls a particular data on the construction site? You can ask any query that you are having or anything you want to ask about this project dashboard or the advanced Excel or the if command. So should we move to the next concept? Are you following
Yes,
me?
I think so. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the next concept. That is again a very important function. Now, this is sum if and sum count. Now you can all access to your WhatsApp. Now the third concept that we'll be going through is sum if and count. So while data analysis and development of a dashboard, sum and count of data is often required based on certain conditions. To eliminate the manual changes to conditions, we use sum if and sum count. Now, let me give an example to this. Now, suppose you want to add all those contractors assets who are working on the project who are approved. So how are you going to do it? Now, suppose for each of the work awarded in the project, suppose you have to do the plaster, you have to do the block work. Okay. So each of these particular activities, you have got some bid and you have selected some contractors. Okay. Now, once you have all the contractors participated in the bid, you have used the command and the if command to find out that which all contractors are approved. So out of 1,000 applications, you were able to niche it down to 100 contractors in various activities. Now you want to find out that what is the total amount that you have to spend in the first month to ensure these all contractors get the material. So you have to use the sum if and count if commands based on the conditions. So let me share the working file for the sum if and count if command. Now what you have to do, you have to just download again this file in a similar way, save it in your system and open it. So here the file is open. So the objective of this particular file is that you get the good grip on the sum command and the sum if command. Now here you see you have again one site problems. Okay, so this is a construction site where you as a project manager, what you have to find out, you have to find out the total value of the project. Now here we know a subcontractor A1 is working for the finishing and total value awarded is 3 crore. And A2 who's working for civil work, total value awarded is 4 crore. So there are large number of contractors. Again, there are 100 contractors. Each one is awarded finishing work, civil work, MEP work. And we have to find that what is the total civil work, what is the total MEP work, and what is the total finishing work. Now, if you have to do it manually, then what you have to do? You have to first find all the civil work. And then you have to sum all the contractors who are awarded with the work in civil category. So it will make a very huge time consumption, but you can do it again in the fraction of second by using the sum if command. So what you have to sum if? So let us first try to implement this command. So if we type sum if on our screen, then we can see the first option that it is asking us is range. So the range is the criteria that we want to select. So we want, suppose here we want civil work. So this is the range. Okay, and it's up to the data entry. So the last cell in which the required data entry is this one. So this we have already done. Now next thing is asking the criteria. So I'll again put the command sum if. So first thing is asking the range where you want to add the things. So we want to add it here, right? And what is the criteria? Criteria is that we want all the civil work in this particular column to be added up. So the criteria is it should be a civil work. And what is the sum range? This is the sum range where the awarded value is provided. Now you can see out of this entire work, 317 crore rupees of work is the civil work. Okay, the next thing similarly we can find for the other things. So here we want finishing. So our criteria will change from civil to finishing to MEP. So 93 crores and 152 crores. And you can see you are also getting some graphical representation that what is the civil scope, what is the MEP scope, what is the finishing scope. So by the use of sum if command, you can simply select a various problems at site and you can find out the desired result for those. So here we have implemented the sum if command to find out that what is the total work awarded falls under the civil work, what is the total work awarded falls under the finishing work, and what is the total work awarded falls under the MEP work. Now I do understand that it's a very little time and you might not be able to do it parallelly with me. So those who are interested, I will share again a video of it, that what steps to be followed and how to master this command. And the sum if command can help you every time you use the Excel on your system. So again, I request everyone that if you have any of the query related to the any of the project management concept or the use of the Excel, you can again bring it on the table and let's have a discussion on that. Now again, this SUMIF will be used multiple times when you develop such sort of a project dashboard. It may seem a little difficult to you once you visually seeing it, but as I told in the very beginning that I listen, I forget, I see, I remember, but I do, I understand. So to understand it, you must do it. So it will take few minutes of your time, but it will definitely going to help you to enhance your advanced Excel skill. So any queries that we should bring on the table, or should I move to the next session? Yes. Hello. Anyone want to ask anything? Let's have some discussion. Let's have some interaction during this session.
I think someone was trying to say something.
Yeah, anyone, I am waiting for your query to be raised on the platform.
So I think there isn't anything on the table right now. We can move on to the next session and we can address the questions at the end if there's
Yeah,
anything comes up.
that can be done. Okay, so till now we through which can help you to prevent you using a same formula again and again. Then we have gone through the if function, which can help you to provide a automation in your Excel. So instead of you thinking every time, the Excel will think for you. And the third thing that we have gone through is sum if and count if. So this will help you to count and sum various things based on the probable condition. So now let us move to the fourth concept, which is again become a very important concept and used on a daily basis at any construction project site. And this concept I'll be again sharing with you on your WhatsApp. So this is lookup command. I hope every one of you must have heard it, but few of you must be having a good grip on it. So while using an Excel, we are required to handle a huge amount of data. So whenever we have a data in tabular form, we can use this VLOOKUP command. When we need output on the table based on certain input by user, then one of the most powerful function on the Excel is the VLOOKUP command. You have seen all the consultants, whether it's a KPMG, PwC, Deloitte, how do they produce such informative information reports on the projects and give the insight of the project progress to the government of India? They use this VLOOKUP command very extensively. And it's again a very simple command. And it's again a very simple command that we will try to master in next few minutes. So I will be sharing a working file with you on your screen, mobile screen, and you can download it in a similar fashion that we have done for the previous three topics. So you must have received the file. You can download it, save it, and open it. Now the password of this file will be day 4. So here the file is open. I'm typing the password on the WhatsApp also. So those who want to do it after the session gets over can enter the password and get the file. Now again, we have a very great construction site problem. Okay, now what is the problem? Let us understand the problem. So suppose you are working as a business developer profile for any of the client. Again, you have opened the bid for various projects. Okay, and based on your certain past experience, you have thought that there should be some condition to select a particular contractor. Okay, now what you have asked, you have a particular list of the contractor. Now you have to find its experience. You have a particular table in which this experience is there, and you have to also find a technical bid query score. So this is also provided. So what you have to do, either you have to search A3 contractor in this list and then put it here. So you will put here the contractor experience is 10 years, A3, and A3 contractor technical score is 3. Either you have to do this thing every time manually. You have to go for the next is A9 contractor. So the A9 contractor have a contracting experience of 10 years. So you put 10 here, and A9 contractor have a technical bid score of 6. So you will put 6 here. So every time you have to do this. So how you can prevent or make it more smarter way to use this particular problem? Here you have to use a VLOOKUP command. Now let us first, it's not important that you're able to get a solution of this particular problem, but the important thing is that you understand that how this command or where this command can be used. So there are a lot of things you must be doing on a daily basis on Excel. If you understand that where this command can be used in your particular profile, it will gonna help you a lot. So now here the problem is that we want to look up to a value of contractor experience of from this table. So we will put lookup command. So we look up, we will type. Now you see the first thing, it's asking for the value that you want to look up. So we want A3 contractor data to be provided. The next thing, it is asking for the table. So where is this particular information is stored? It is stored in this particular table. So we will select this particular table. Next thing, it is asking the output. So column index number is nothing but the output. So what is the output? We need, this is first column, this is second column. So we need second column output. So for any contractor, we need its contracting experience, which is in the second column. So here I have typed 2. And then I want a true value. And I've closed this. So you can see I'm directly getting the 9. So I do not have to manually go into this table. This table, any data that is presented to you on a construction site will most probably will be in the tabular form. And when you want to find a particular thing from a table, you want to sort it out, then VLOOKUP command could be very useful. Now let us again use a dollar command here, so that we, instead of typing this formula in all these 200 cells, we can just type a single on a single cell and we can drag it. So what we will do, we want this A3 to move downward, but not horizontally. So to restrict it moving horizontally, I will put a dollar sign in front of the alphabet. So in front of the G, I'm putting a dollar sign. Now I want this table to be fixed because the data is fixed in this table. So I'll put a dollar sign in front of both, in alphabet also, numerical also. So when I move this cell, the table will not move horizontally, neither it will move vertically. Rest all thing I can want the same. So now when I move it downward, I will be getting the desired result. Now let us see what is the contracting experience of A21 contractor. So this is A21. So A21 here it is, it's 10 year. And what the result we are getting? 10 year. So just by dragging it down, instead of putting for each of the contractor, I am directly getting the answer or the desired result. And my whole day job is done within the few seconds. So that's how Excel can make you more productive. But when I move it to a technical bid score, then I want the result to be the third column of the table. So what I will do, I will change 2 to 3 and I'm getting its bit score. And when I drag it downward, I'm getting the desired result. So here you can see, instead of using manually, I have used a command VLOOKUP to get which all contractors having what experience and what is their technical bit score. Now I do understand that many of you won't be able to follow it up in such a fast pace, but to further facilitate you, I will provide you with the video which will be explaining you this particular concept. So if you meet next time any construction professional, you ask them whether they use this VLOOKUP or not. And you will came to know that they all want to use it, but everyone lacks the sufficient uh, knowledge in this particular function, because this is a very advanced function which is being used to extract a huge amount of results. So this could nearly help you to bring your task of a day time in a few second time. So if anyone have the query for the VLOOKUP command or want to understand that further how it is to be used, you can interrupt me in between. Or rather, what I would suggest you that at the end of the training, you can go through this Excel sheets and do it by yourself, because by doing it, you will understand it and it's very simple. Yeah, somebody was saying something. Anyone want to contribute anything?
हेलो
Yes.
सर, जब VLOOKUP कमांड में वैल्यूज आई हैं सर आपकी,
जी,
इसमें हमने एक ट्रू
right,
वैल्यू यूज करी है लास्ट में सर हमने। तो वो सर जैसे
right.
A3 है, A3 की जो एक्सपीरियंस है इस टेबल में इट इज 10 ईयर्स, और VLOOKUP कमांड में हमारा 9 आया है, तो आई थिंक इट शुड बी फॉल्स सर, शुड बी एग्जैक्ट मैच।
Right. Now let us see. So we are not getting the right results. Okay, now let us see why we are not getting a right result. Okay, so what we want to look up, we want to look up this A3. Okay, and this is the table.
सर इंस्टेड ऑफ ट्रू आई थिंक शुड बी फॉल्स टू फिल द एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू सर।
See what happens when this true and false. Sometimes what happen, you have a numerical in decimals. So if we want an exact match, let us see by doing this. So what is happening in this? For yeah, you're right. In this particular thing, if we put a false, we are getting the right result, right? So now we have to just drag it downward. So we are getting all the contractors here with the experience of 10 years. And similarly here, you can use this false option here. So we want exact match. We do not want an approximate match. So to match it exactly, we must use a false option here. So that's a good observation or the right thing that you have pointed out and contributed to this particular exercise. So now you can see now I'm getting the exact result. Let me just verify it with another contractor. Let's see A62. It's 9 and 8. Now here we go to A62 and it's 9 and 8. So by using a VLOOKUP command, we are getting the desired result now. So it's a very good observation made by you. So the last thing that we have to put here should be the range lookup, and it should be always exact match. So when we use the exact match, it does not approximate the value and give us the desired result. So this is the third. There are only 7 concepts that we're going to understand through this session. And these 7 concepts are the most important concepts. And if you know this particular 7 concepts, then most of the things you will be able to do in the advanced Excel. And for example, this particular project dashboard is very advanced. It has been used to manage the Pragati Maidan project, which is of 2000 crores. And I do not think that any command apart from this 7 command is used to develop this, to update this daily. It is presented to the government bodies also, to the contracting board directors also to manage the project, and it uses only these 7 commands. So out of these 7 commands, we have already gone through the 4 commands. So the last 2 commands are balance, where we can further understand it so that we will be able to get all the important concepts of the advanced Excel. So I am providing you a very little information, but this little information is very much filtered. And if you invest your 2 to 3 hours in this, then definitely the level of Excel that you're using will be upgraded. So let us see what is the next concept that we will go through this session. In next concept, we will understand the HLOOKUP command, which is similar to a VLOOKUP command. So again, I'll provide you some basics on your WhatsApp. So you can see similar to a VLOOKUP function, which we have mastered right now, HLOOKUP function is also extremely useful as it allows to get output value of the table based on our input. So again, we do not want to use Excel again and again manually. We want to do automate and want Excel to work for us rather we working for it. So let me share the working file for this, for the concept, 5th concept. So this is the working file for it. Let us again download it, save it, and then open it. Now here you can see again a construction site problem. So let us first understand this table. So here we have contractor A, contractor B, contractor C, contractor D, contractor E, contractor F, and till H. Okay, and for each of these contractor, we have their experience, we have their turnover, we have the total project they have executed, we have the total asset that they have, we have the name of their managing director, and we have the employee strength. Now suppose you have been asked to find this particular data. For contractor G, you want to find its turnover. One is the option is you browse in this table. Where is the contractor G? It's the second last column. Now what is its turnover? It's in the second row. So it's 400. So either you manually do it. So either you manually do it and put 400 here. So it's right. If it's showing you green, that's mean it's right. Okay. The second thing is by using a HLOOKUP command. Now let us see how to use a HLOOKUP command. Now you put HLOOKUP here. Now you see what the system is asking from you. It's asking the lookup value. What value you want to look up? What is the table? Which row have its solution? And whether true or false. So what value we want to look up? That we have to understand from this table, right? So in this table, we want to look up contractor name. So contractor G we want to look up. For contractor G, we want from this table. So this is the table. So the first row must have the lookup value. So E5, which is the contractor G, must be in this particular row. And what is the answer? So turnover is in the first, second, third row. So we will put 3 here. And again, we will use exact match. When we use it exact match, let us close the query and let us see whether we are able to implement it or not. Yes, it's implemented. So we are getting the desired result. But again, I want for contractor D the turnover. Should I put the command again? The answer is no. I must use the dollar sign. So now you understand the dollar sign you can use where you do not want to use a particular formula again and again. So what I will do when I want to stretch this particular formula horizontally, I do not want my table to move. So I will put a dollar sign in front of alphabet also and numerical also. Rest other thing can be same. Now you see I'm getting all the results. For contractor C, let us find whether we have implemented right or wrong. For contractor C, the turnover is 1000. Here is a contractor C, here is a turnover and that is 1000. So it is rightly implemented. Now I want when I move it downward, then what should be my project executed? So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth column having the result. So I must put 4 here. But at the same time, this blue cell should not move. So I'm getting the result here. Now again, since the dollar sign is already there, I can just drag it and get the desired result. So in this particular fashion, you can find all the answers. So what you have to do here, you have to select a particular contractor, right cells. Dollar sign is been already used. You could have also used a dollar sign to prevent this manual shifting. And now when I move it horizontally, I will be getting the result. So here I am getting a wrong result. This red color shows the formula is not rightly implemented. So this particular thing which is giving me green color and red color is called conditional formatting, and it helps us to provide a visual report. So till the time you will not get all the solution right, it will keep reflecting you that keep trying, your formula or the particular concept is not properly implemented. So this is the second last concept, which is the H lookup. And again, very simply, we have used it to find a particular result. So instead of taking the day's time, we have completed the desired result within few seconds. So you can again implement this thing once you go through the particular video to further understand and strengthen the concept. So to further make you familiar with the H lookup, I will be sharing one more video with you. You can go through this particular video and you can master the concept of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, which are very similar in use. Now let us again move to the next session or next concept. So the next concept of this particular workshop is pivot table. I'm not very sure that how many of you are able to implement this pivot table, but again, this particular thing is very important feature of Excel. So that right now your objective is not to master the concept. When you will be implementing it on this Excel sheet, you will automatically mastering it. Right now your objective is to understand that what these functions are. You must be aware of this, because only if you are aware of this, you will have the eagerness to learn it, to understand it. So you must understand that what 7 functions make you very productive in your Excel working. And same thing you can relate with the project management techniques. All those things what we are doing is simple. We are cracking down the project management problems. So any problem on site can be solved by the data, and data alone do not solve the problem. You have to extract the desired information out of that, and that's what Excel do. Okay, so now let me share the session 6 working file with you. By the time if any one of you have any of the query, you are most welcome. However, your query will be generated once you start implementing this. So by that time also you can post your query on the WhatsApp group, or you can call me. Now here again we will open this particular file. Now here you can see there are a lot of activities, the trade of the activity, the budgeted cost, who is responsible for it, what is the material status for each of the activity, what is the lead time, what is the activity status, what is the duration. Now let us understand the first activity. The activity 1 is the civil activity. That means it's come under the civil work. The cost allotted to it is 86 lakhs. And Mr. B is responsible as a manager to handle this activity. All the material is available at construction site, so there is no lead time. the activity has started and it will take 16 days to complete. Okay, so now we have to use a pivot table. What you have to do, you have to select a particular table, go to the insert option and select a pivot option and click in OK. A new window will open. Now here you can see now what information you want to extract. Suppose you want all the activities there and you want to find out the total budgeted cost for it. So simple. You have to just select the option from here and you are getting a desired result from here. So you are getting a 316 lakhs of rupees for this. So 316 lakh rupees you are getting for this. Now suppose you also want to understand that what all activities are started and what is the total cost for it. So you can understand that here's the option that what you want to filter. Suppose I want to filter activity which is started. So the total activity which is started, the total cost of this is 280. And what to be started activity is only activity 6, which is of 36 lakh. So I will be able to get lot of information from my table if I know the pivot table. And any change that I will make here, suppose I make activity 1 instead of 86, let me make it 8600. So I have highly increased the numerical value. Now if I go to this, let me see if all the changes are reflected or not. Now when I do this, I have to go to home to just refresh my screen. So there's an option to refresh. So once I refresh it, my changes will be reflected. So this is again one of the very important basic concepts of advanced Excel, which lot of client, lot of consultant, lot of contractor are using to get a very sorted data of any tabular information that we have. So this is the second last concept that we have covered. Now let us come to the last concept. Now in the last concept, we will understand about the macros. Now this macros also is one of those things which you must have heard, but many of us does not understand its implementation. So when we say, we can say in a very simple words, it's the artificial intelligence of Excel. So let us get introduced to Excel automation through a powerful function of macros. If you have a task in Microsoft Excel that you do repeatedly, you can record a macro to automate those tasks. A macro is an action or a set of action that can run as many a time as you want. So suppose you have some daily routine. Suppose when you go to a particular in your office, you have a certain routine. You open your laptop or your system. Okay, you open the light, you open the fan. Now to save time, what we are doing, we are producing a artificial intelligence. Whenever you enter in your room, the lights automatically get illuminated. The system automatically get run. The fan automatically gets started by motion sensor and other artificial intelligence. Right. In a similar way, there are a lot of things which you are doing daily in your Excel. So why do you want to do it every day by yourself? Can't it happen that it happens automatically on the click? So let us understand how that can happen. Now to understand that thing, I again request you to go on your WhatsApp. I will be sharing a working sheet for this. So right now your objective should be to understand that what advanced features are available in Excel, and those features which you feel is useful to you, you can just go through the task sheet, the video that I am providing, and you can implement it. It will hardly take 5 minutes, but it will help you to master that particular concept. So let us master how to use the artificial intelligence, I rather say automate in advanced Excel. So this is the sheet I have shared with you. Again, you have to open it, save it in the desired location and open it.
Unfortunately, Pankaj sir is having some network issues. He will be joining in a few minutes. Till then, if you have any questions, you can put them up in the chat and we can address them after.
For all the participants, today's session will start at 2:30, but kindly join at 2:15 because our Honorable Vice Chancellor will be joining today's session and he will be preside as a chief guest. So I request you, all the participants, kindly join at 2:15. And during that session, Dr. PJ Philip will be delivering lecture on stress management. And I tell you, he is one of the best speaker of NIT Kurukshetra. When you will listen him, then you will realize he is really one of the best speaker. So kindly don't miss that session. Please join on the time. And this session will be going up to 5 o'clock because VC sir will also say something about this FDP. So probably this session will be finished by 5 o'clock. So I request you all the participants, please join at 2:15 or 2:20. Pankaj sir, Pankaj Gupta. I think now I can see his name. But yeah, let me talk or net issue is there. He is trying to join. He is I talked with Pankaj and he's trying to reconnect it. Very soon he will reconnect.
So we have halfway through our faculty development program and we have covered many concepts as of now and also we have learned many things. So I'd like to ask everyone present here, like, how are you liking this session? How beneficial is this for you and maybe the students in the future? Like, is there anything we could
Tomorrow
improve
onwards,
in the coming sessions?
tomorrow onwards, we will be giving training on Primavera software and MS project. So there will be two sessions for the Primavera and MS project. So you will get hands-on practice and you can try to understand what those softwares. So if anybody wants to give feedback, we can contact him because we have to record some video feedbacks regarding this FDP. If anybody interested, kindly put their name in the chat box or they can talk directly here right now.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Jyoti Dhingra this side.
Yeah, madam,
Hello.
please. Yes, madam.
Sir, all the sessions are very informative and deep insight knowledge we are getting. But sir, I wanted to know about Primavera, which is happening tomorrow. I don't have Primavera software, so what I can do for that?
Madam, let me ask from the expert. Today I will discuss about the Primavera. How will you be able to do hands-on practice? Rather, he's in the session. Mukesh Dubey, sir, can you reply it? Because he would be going to take those 2 sessions. Dubey, sir. I think he's not available at his seat. So I will talk to him. What can he do for us?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Repeat the question.
Yeah.
It's Mukesh
Yeah.
Dubey this side.
Dubey, sir. Madam, Dubey, sir is available here. You can ask. Jyoti, madam?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dubey,
Sir,
sir
I
is
wanted to
available.
ask that I don't have Primavera software with me on my laptop. So what I can do for that? How I can download or from where I can get it?
Actually, pirated file you can able to download from the maybe on from Google. If you search in Google, you may get it. But normally it is a licensed version, so generally not available in not available freely. So you have to pay for it. Then you can able to get this.
Mukesh, sir,
work.
I will try to
Otherwise-
ask from Mukesh, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes, sir.
Stinder Chopra, he would be having that file. I will
Correct.
also ask him if he can provide to us. Pankaj sir is available. We will continue our discussion after that session. Pankaj sir, please.
Okay, sir.
Sorry for the inconvenience in between due to the system network error.
We can understand, sir.
Yeah. So this is the last important concept. So this is the macros. So again, we have downloaded the file. Now we were saying that this macros can help us to automate the working on the Excel. So let us see how. Now, once you open this particular file, you will see this particular screen. Now let us see what is the use of macros. Now what do we want? Suppose we want that we every time enter an activity here. Suppose it's a plaster activity. The unit of measurement is square meter. Let's its rate be 340 rupees per square meter. The quantity that we have to do is let it be 12,000. The man days required for it let it be 120, and the labor rate for it let it be 750 rupees. So this is the information that we have entered. Now we want this information. Now this is the data entry that we have done. Now we want this information to be automatically get stored in this particular table. And once it gets stored in this particular table, it automatically calculates its cost. It automatically calculates its productivity. It will automatically calculate its labor cost. It will automatically calculate its labor cost into man days and the percentage. What is the labor cost percentage? Okay. So what we want just a layman person do the entry for us, and all the brain work could be done by the Excel by using the macros. So how to do this? Now suppose this entry has been done by you. Now what steps you will be doing? You will be using this plaster here. You will be copying it, and then you will be entering here. You will be pasting it. You will be first adding a new row here. You will be doing the formatting to that particular row. And you will be pasting the first activity here. Plaster, you have put under the activity. The unit of measurement, you have put under the unit of measurement. So this step you will be doing this every time that you doing the data entry. But Excel can use the macros function to automate it. Let us understand how. Now if you go to data, Now go to the option which is provided above. Now under the view option, you have a macros option. Now you have to click on the record macros. As soon as you click on the required macros, it asks for the name. Let us say data entry. Data entry. Now this is the name of this function. We are creating a function in this. Okay, now it's recording everything that I'm doing on the screen. The system is recording it. So first thing what I'm doing, I'm copying the activity name and I'm pasting it under this particular cell. The second thing that I'm doing is copying the unit of measurement and pasting it under the unit of measurement. The third thing that I'm doing is copying the rate and pasting it under the rate. Then I'm copying the quantity and putting it under the quantity. Similarly for the labor man days. Now you can see how much time it will take if I have to do thousands of entries. Now I'm copying the formula. So it is giving me the desired mathematical calculation for each of the things. And the objective is to calculate a labor cost. So it's calculating 2%, right? And then I am inserting a new column, a new row, and I'm giving the same format as of the table. Then I'm coming to the main screen and I want this to be deleted so that the next entry can be done. And then I'm coming to the activity name. Now again, if I go to view, I can stop this from the recording. Now these macros have been developed. Everything that I have done in last 2 minutes have been recorded. Now how to use this? I'll insert a shape here. Let me type it start. Now let us see the magic of Excel. You have to go here, assign a macro. The name which we have given is data entry. So it is now assigned. Now let me write some other activity. Any data entry person is doing this. Let it be concreting. The unit of measurement be cubic meter. The rate, let it be 12,500. Quantity, let it be 150 cubic meter. Man days required for it, let it be 50. Labor rate, let it be 750. Now, again, I want to do all things and get every data stored in my table. Now, what I have to do, I have to just click on it. Now, let me click on it. Now, let us see what happened. All the data has been removed from here for the next entry. And when we go to the table, you can see every data is automatically here. Now, I want to do it for some other activity. I can do for that as well. So everything that I have done manually, now the system is doing for me. Now let me take another example. Let it be painting. Let unit of measurement be square meter. Its rate be 120 rupees. Its quantity be 20,000. Man days required be 200. Rate let be 750. Now again, I will use the automation. Now let us go to the table and you see the painting is also there now. So this is the last concept, which is macros, which comes under the advanced Excel. And now if you go through all these 7 concepts, which will take hardly hour or 2 hours, you will be in a stage to develop such sort of project management dashboards. So this was the objective of this particular session. And we are halfway through where we have introduced each of the concepts. So I hope everyone have gone through these 7 concepts.
So I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So we have seen the macro just now. So what are the limitations that we need to keep in mind while we work with macro, or Like, or in the most of the situation, it just works.
See, I'll give you a very simple example. Each of the function that we have understood, this seems very basic. You will see, if you feel it, like you will see each of the function is very simple to understand. But then the actual magic lies in the application by the user. Macros is among those functions which can highly reduce the time of all those data analysis which people do and take a lot of time. Most of the consultants like KPMG, Deloitte, in such consultancy, this system is of very, very, very important use. This function holds the key to the desired results to their client. So that there is no limitation as such, but the only limitation is that you must understand that where to implement this particular macros. It can be implemented anywhere where you want to do a particular thing repetitively. So everything you are doing every day or every time you're doing it repeatedly, instead of you doing it, the Excel can do it for you by the use of macros. And that's how the project management concepts comes into the picture. In any construction project where we do a repetitive job, we are always trying to replace it by the processes which is self-functional, self-sustainable. So when we see it in a large scale, suppose a FASTag in the highway, why we have installed the FASTag? Initially, we used to have a manual road tax collection because we automated the system, and that helped us to enhance the productivity. So every time we want to ensure that the productivity of the system increases. But what about the productivity as an engineer, as a manager, as a project manager? We must also look into how we can increase our productivity, because if we increase our productivity, we can able to contribute a lot more into the project and able to achieve more results in the lesser time. So macros is one of the options which you must explore to enhance your productivity in analyzing the data in the Excel.
Right. Okay.
So all the concepts that need to be covered in this session has already been introduced to you. And now the remaining time, that is around 20 minutes, we can have for the interactive session where you can ask various things, that how this Excel can be used to manage projects. We can have a discussion on a specific queries.
Thank you, Pankaj, for your enlightening session on use of advanced Excel in project management. I appreciate you for the lecture and your command on advanced Excel. One of the best thing in your lecture is that you have taken live session for all the participants and the hands-on practice on Excel. I really appreciate for your session. And now I ask from the audience or participants, if any question is there, please ask, because Pankaj is available here. If anybody is feeling any problem during live session or maybe doing practicing on Excel, please ask. So no question is there. Anyone? Ashmit, Mihir, Mukesh sir.
Pankaj sir, it's really, I say it's very good to see the way you have used the Excel in your project. I appreciate the understanding you have with Excel and you have given us. I just want to, the dashboard which you have made, as you told earlier in the very beginning, I have made a dashboard where we can able to replicate the entire things. So does we have any understanding that just by clicking dashboard we can create entire reports like normally we use in Access. I have seen MS Access, we have I think someone can able to generate that. The Access normally not using the site. So in Excel also, does we have anything where we can just do one command and automatically I will open the sheet or let it open in the Word file? Such report is available, or can we create it?
Yeah,
If yes,
exactly. You
what are
can
the options?
create it. Yeah. So see, if I again share my screen and show you this particular dashboard. So when this particular dashboard is prepared by the consultant, they charge in lakhs and lakhs of rupees. So this is, but if you know the basic commands in the Excel, then you can produce it by yourself. But the question is, every project is a unique. Every project has a different requirement. If you have a road project, then entire monitoring approach will be different. If you have a tower project, residential building project, then you have a approach to the monitoring that project will be different. So every project is different, requires a different monitoring sheet, and hence it must be customized. So in this particular sheet, if you see, I am getting all the status of the activity. I'm getting the place, I'm getting the bar, and this is done by using all this in the last few hours. Apart from this 7 command, I don't think I have ever used any other command. The plus minus we understand. So this 7 commands can help you to develop this entire project dashboard as per the need of your project. However, share a particular video with you where you will see that how this command are used to finally get end result.
Okay.
So it's a
Thanks
combination
for
of
this.
commands. Yeah, it's
Understood.
a combination of commands.
Pankaj, Mukesh sir is now working in UPS. He is industrial fellow. He is having experience of 18 years of industries.
Great to know that, sir.
So anyone?
One more question, just want to understand, Pankaj, this is regarding dashboard you have given me, but what about the monthly progress report? Does we have any such format also which we can able to create for monthly progress report, or that is in Word file only we can go for it by taking data from here?
No, sir. In Excel only, like this, if you see this particular dashboard, how it is arriving to the result. I am daily updating it with the daily progress report that is compiling to the weekly progress report, and that is compiling to a monthly progress report, and that is compiling to a project dashboard. So what is happening, that whatever large amount of data we have, any project, we have huge amount of data. How do we want to assemble that data? How we want to convert that data into a useful information can be done by using this $sign, if command, VLOOKUP command, HLOOKUP command, pivot table, and macros. Only this 7 command can help you to develop any sort of dashboard which is available in the market in the price range of huge amount, can be developed by someone who understood this particular commands. Yes, I hope that's meet your query.
Yeah, that's very fine. Thanks, sir.
Thank you so much, Pankaj. Last question, anyone wants to ask? Now, in the last, I will request you all the participants to switch on their cameras. Please switch on your camera so that we can take a pic. I request you all the participants kindly switch on their cameras. Please switch on your cameras.
I would also like to thank all of you for investing your time in this, and I hope a lot of students will be approaching you on a daily basis. So we
Yes.
do get a lot of knowledge in the universities, but the industry requires the practical application for it, and you can help them to understand that how Excel and other tools are very much important if they want to play a greater part in the project management role.
I will request you for my students also. Pankaj, I
Right,
will
sir.
invite you for my students for your expert lecture. So thank you so much. Now I will request to all the participants, we have 1 hour. So we will meet again at 2:20, and that would be very exciting section like earlier sessions. In that session, we are arranging lecture on stress management by Dr. PJ Philip, one of the best speaker. Some of them must be knowing about him. So please come on the time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.